Hey everyone, I'm Big John and welcome to another episode of the Diz Ability Show. Now, this week I want to talk to you about character dining. So, right now, character dining is a little different right now because of COVID. But, in the past, when we've done character dining experiences, if you're like me and you do not want to have characters all in your face and all in your space, you can actually ask to talk to the character coordinator. They can make sure that they just walk past your table, they just wave, they don't come up close, and you can still have an enjoyable character dining experience. But right now, that is clearly not an issue because right now, because of COVID, some of the character dining experiences, like Chef Mickey's at the Contemporary and Hollywood and Vine at Hollywood Studios, they're doing, they're just having characters just walk around and not come up to your tables for obvious reasons. But still, I have a feeling that that experience is going to come back, and when it does, things are, as we will have to ask to talk with character coordinators again and make things a lot easier. And hopefully for other families, we see more character dining experiences return. We know that Cinderella is still meeting people at Cinderella's royal table. I don't know about the other princesses. But it is still it's very fun. If you have little kids who love characters, you should definitely do the character dinings. And the breakfast has returned to Cinderella's royal table, which, if I'm not mistaken, that is technically the first character breakfast to come back since COVID, if anyone can correct me on that. But it is fun for kids to interact with their favorite characters. It pretty much makes their trip. So anyway, that's my tip. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or suggestions for how to do Disney for people with disabilities, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. And now it's time for this week's Top 5. So, back to school is right around the corner. And that correlates with this week because we all love Disney rides. We love the attractions. They tell stories. Most of them are based on movies, but there are some that are based on real facts. Things that you can actually learn from. So this week, we are going to do the top 5 educational attractions. So, starting at number 5, Rafiki's Planet Watch at Animal Kingdom. We have done this a couple times in the past. We haven't done it recently, but it is so cool. You hop aboard the Wildlife Express, and it takes you and you all the way to the other side of the park to Rafiki's Planet Watch, where you can actually see some veterinarians and some animal experts do surgical procedures on animals. You can learn a whole lot of stuff about animals, how vets take care of animals, how they save their lives. That is pretty cool. That's another cool thing. Number 4, also at Animal Kingdom, Kilimanjaro Safaris. Now not only do you sit in a vehicle, which puts you on a very realistic African safari where you see a bunch of animals, but also you get to learn some incredible facts about animals. You get to learn what makes them so special, what makes them unique to the world. And they say hey, the animals are always roaming around, so you never get the same safari experience twice, which means you can also learn things that you didn't learn before your previous safari ride, if that makes sense. But anyway, number 3, an attraction that has been closed for reasons unknown for 8 days now. Living with the Land at Epcot. Now, normally when the ride is running, you can ride through and learn all about our planet. And the highlight of the attraction is as your boat goes through this indoor garden where they harvest vegetables and crops that are for food that they serve at many Epcot restaurants. So that is very cool. It's a very unique way to see how the people at Epcot get their food for their restaurants. And there are also a experience at the end where you can see how they're planning to save our ocean's environments by putting fish in tubes. And it is very cool. All right, number 2, Hall of Presidents at the Magic Kingdom, and where you get to learn about the history of America and its presidents. And that's all I'm going to say right now. I just want to say right now, since we're talking about the Hall of Presidents, please leave your political comments to yourself. This is not a political channel. It will not, never will be. I keep my political comments to myself. You keep your political comments to yourself. Deal? Deal. And my number 1 educational attraction, and I think all my fellow Disney fans will agree with me, Walt Disney Presents at Disney's Hollywood Studios, aka One Man's Dream. This is perhaps the greatest thing. It's sort of like a tiny little museum where they have all these amazing exhibits all about the life and the innovations created by Walt Disney himself. You get to see his models for Disneyland. You get to see models for future projects, some costumes worn by Mouseketeers and recent Disney stars. And for those who have been with us since I think January last year on the show, when I talked about the top 5 coolest things cast members ever done for me, a cast member actually brought out a special box of foreign park maps that I got to look at, and that was pretty cool. And also, the film Inside Walt Disney Presents One Man's Dream, where we talk about that is all about the history of Walt Disney himself. Now, I saw this movie once back in 2009 during an 8th grade project where we had to portray historical figures, and of course the figure I portrayed was Walt Disney, and that was the perfect way for me to do research on Walt Disney. So anyway, let me know in the comments what your favorite educational thing is. And speaking of Disney history, as you all know, we are 35 days away, or 34 days, or whichever, from the 50th anniversary. And ABC will be doing a very special old Disney show, very Disney special, 50 years of magic, I think, 50 years of Walt Disney World, I don't know. The show will be hosted by Whoopi Goldberg and will feature some performances and some Disney star interviews. Disney, if you're watching, I'm available. But anyway, I'm looking forward to the 50th anniversary stuff, and it's going to be an amazing thing, and I am so looking forward to all the amazing things to come during this massive 18-month celebration, hoping to mark these events on my new calendar. Anyway, so that's this week's show. As I've said, if any of you have any questions or suggestions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. And now for this week's shoutouts, make sure you check out Tanya, aka That Crazy Disney Lady. She does live streams from the parks each and every day. Make sure you check her out. Also, if you're looking to add some flair to your next big Zoom party or Zoom meeting or whichever, make sure you contact Cameron at Cameron Matthews Entertainment. He will take your next Zoom party to the next level. Also, make sure you check out Holly, my friend Holly at Just Little Holly. She does amazing toy unboxing videos. And also make sure you check out my friend Ginger over at Just Ginger, where she talks to fellow Disney YouTube influencers. And as always, for the latest attraction news, make sure you check out my good friends over at Attractions Magazine. And until next time, have a zippity-doo-dah day.